exuberated confidence. Is that the term? So this video is going to be a couple parts. The beginning of our FACs, we had a gentleman come from Maine named Rich. What was it? Exuberated confidence that you said?
Like he exudes confidence?
What was the word I used? Exuberated confidence. Rich impressed us. He's a 26,000 hour airline pilot, retired, called us up, wanted to come out. And in the first Zoom, I just was blown away as he's like, well, you want me to teach you something? Like, how about if I just teach you the SFAR? And just off the cuff, over a Zoom, teaches me a 45-minute SFAR that was phenomenal. So Rich is little, he didn't really want a lot of notoriety, and that's why our thumbnail is like, I think, the back of our heads, because he was really kind of shy about the whole social media thing. But so there is one, just to point out how ready you can be. You know, it wasn't just the fact that he was a 26,000 hour pilot. He could be that, and his knowledge could have sucked, right? On the helicopter end or the CFI thing, because it was a CFI add-on. But just to show you how super prepared somebody could be. The other topic for this video, what we want to talk about is yesterday, we were talking about essentials for a check ride. And here's a great question from yesterday. So I wanted to add this today so we could just answer this gentleman in the YouTube comments. He said, so far I've been duplicating my paper logbook electronically as a backup. Do examiners accept electronic copies or maybe a printout from electronically logged flights? They won't have the flight instructor's signature, which seems like it could be an issue. I want to cover that by first saying, decide what you're going to use and stick with it. If you're using a traditional logbook, keep everything in that logbook up through a rating. And then if at some point you want to switch to electronic and you make the switch, that's up to you. I can tell you where the problem lies is when you show up and, well, part of my training's in my logbook, standard logbook, but then some of my training's over here on the ForeFlight on the iPad. So then you're kind of going back and forth looking for requirements, and that's not super impressive when you go to the examiner and you're going, oh, well, yeah, hey, well, here's this over here, and then over here's this. It just makes it kind of yucky. What I want to tell you is, if you're going to use a regular logbook, use a regular logbook. If you want to do both and keep them duplicated, I know guys that do that. But I can tell you from one of the recent check rides where CFI add-on, he had a bunch of fixed wing time, does this helicopter, and he had some stuff on the iPad, some stuff in a regular logbook. And so then we printed off from the point that he started flying helicopters, we printed from the electronic, I think, and made this book, so it was all in there. And I know the examiner was kind of like, well, what is this? And kind of flipping through it, and he's like, well, this really isn't very handy. He wasn't really impressed. And I don't blame him. We were trying to make it as clean as possible, but then to his comment, when you print these, this does have actually instructor signatures in here. You can print off endorsements, you can print off flights, actually does have the instructor's endorsement on them. So to answer his question, yes, you have to have signatures for your flights. If you've got some kind of electronic logbook that's not showing the signature of the CFI, then no, that's not going to work for a check ride. Absolutely not. Any flights that were for that required, any requirements for that flight, any of the requirements that are to cover any requirements you need for any rating, each flight that pertains to that rating has to be logged, and if it's dual, has to have an instructor's signature on it. Hopefully that clears it up. Again, ForeFlight's fine, but I would only do it if you start from the beginning and you want to keep it all in there to where you just can show the examiner, oh yeah, I've just been using ForeFlight from the beginning. Go in, point out all your requirements, all your flights, your endorsements, it's all going to be in there. But just avoid getting in the mess. And we've seen this more than once where somebody's like, oh yeah, oh well, you know, hey, that's at home. I left my logbook at home because now I'm putting my flights in here. But yeah, those required flights were on my logbook at home. It's like, well, then get somebody to get that thing in the mail and get it sent here overnight because we need it, right? So the biggest thing is figure out which one you're going to use. And we've told a lot of people that. Just at least if, say, you start with this and you think you want to move to electronic, one of the last guys wanted to do that, and we said, finish in this one, Actually, it was the guy who took 38 years to get his license. We'll talk about him in another video. He was going to go home and just put his original in the safe, and he was going to, I think, switch to a new logbook. So that's a good idea. Finish a rating, then if you want to switch then to electronic, tuck that logbook away so you've got it for the future, and then make the switch. All right, hope that helps. Any other thing else you want to see, put down below, because we'll answer these daily as we did. I appreciate this gentleman's question. Hopefully that helps answer his question and helps you guys and girls. I'm going to say it one more time. Make up your mind what you're going to use and keep it all in one book. Because the paperwork, the signatures, the sign-offs, you're going to hear more about this in the next 25 days of videos, because some of the biggest issues we have is with paperwork. Paperwork and requirements. People do not spend enough time meticulously going through the FAR-AIM, meticulously going through the ACS, and making sure everything is right. But again, we'll have more of those stories coming over the next 25 days or so. So do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, click that little bell so you're notified of the other videos coming up. And hey, did you know about our clone? If you're new to our videos, you may know nothing. We have AskHogs.com. It's basically my clone. It's now over 7 million words from our blogs, podcasts, videos, YouTube videos, paid content. It is all piped in there. And this is available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to go there and answer questions at AskHogs.com. I'll put the link down below. And the fun thing is, we added it to our courses probably over a year ago now. And we never really, just didn't really say anything. We just added it. And I think in the beginning, because people were so worried about AI and goofy over AI, but we all realize now it ain't going away, right? It's part of our livelihoods or part of our world now. So within, let's say, the private pilot course, there's 18 lessons with 10 to 12 videos per lesson. As you're going through the course, each video, the AI, my clone, is down below. So you can go through, watch a video, and then anytime you want to ask a question, anytime you're studying, day or night, you can just go right to the clone. You can either type in to talk to it, or you can speak to it. You can hit the voice activation, ask the question, and my clone will carry on a good conversation with you, and it will give you highly, highly detailed answers. So we just had somebody email me, and I appreciate his email, because he said, hey, Kenny, I'm new to your private pilot course, and I'm going through the videos. And he goes, I love the fact that you have your clone there with each video so that I can ask questions as I go through. And again, we've had it there and just didn't think about it until somebody actually commented and said how super helpful that was. So we'll put that down below, AskHogs.com. And then as always, we have 24-hour test flight for any of our memberships: private pilot, commercial pilot, instrument pilot, certified flight instructor. 24-hour test flight. You can go in free of charge for the full 24 hours, check anything out in the entire site. Then you can either decide to unsubscribe, stick around and hang in, go month to month, and then there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on top of that. So there's no burden on you at all. Burden is on us to provide you a valuable resource to study for your ratings. So we'll put a link down below for that, helicopterground.com, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
When you feel the pressure to fly, but know the right decision is to stay on the ground, hit the H.O.G.S no-go and live to fly another day. Helicopterground.com